so many events anymore.
Oh, I think Mike said 50 now. Last year was like 33 or something. Now it's 50.
And we brought this up on the show before, and I'm one of the people that fall in this category of I can't do multiple week-long events.
Right.
I mean, maybe it depends on my schedule. Sometimes I can't even do 1 week-long event. Man, I could knock out a couple, 3-4 day events if they're around.
Yeah.
They're somewhat close. I'm glad that it seems like the more that are coming out, they're not a bunch of week-long events. A lot of 3-day stuff, which I think is awesome.
Yeah, I wish you were closer, man. I'd have you come up to the airfield drags. That race was so chill. I mean, I was racing in flip flops and shorts, man. It was a 600-foot track. You know what I mean, on an airstrip. So it wasn't even 660, no timers or anything. Just a guy at the end saying who won. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it was the big horsepower guys or whatever. They had so many problems, just blazing the hell out of the tires because it's an unprepped track. They literally said, don't do a burnout over that white stripe because it's an FAA stripe or something, don't do a burn of that stripe, so, but we had such a good time. And that was a Friday, Saturday thing done for Saturday and drive back. Yeah. So, but it was definitely, we're like, we're definitely doing that again. And we're going to bring a whole bunch of cars next year. So every year, I think when we came, it might've been the 6th year that he was doing that. It was growing quite a bit.
Is that a 1 or that's a 2-day thing?
Yeah, it was like a Friday, Saturday. So Friday test and tune stuff, and then Saturday racing.
See, stuff like that, I can get away. Leave early Thursday, shag there, Friday, Saturday, drive home. I mean, it would be a packed in 4 days.
Yeah, sure.
I can swing stuff like that. I could do that.
Sure.
And I want to do stuff like that. As soon as my car's dialed and we're good and we're just racing and basic maintenance, I'm going to be in on. I would like to do those things.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Man, I want to go to Havlicks. Also, speaking of Havlicks.
Wish I had something fast. I could do that.
Yeah, I don't think we don't have anything fast enough to go there. Man, Fro is just not having a good night.
All right, can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
At one point, you were like this. You're like Ricky Bobby.
Give me a second here.
Didn't know what to do with your hands. He's just.
Give me a second here to try and work something out. You guys have seen the first slides.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, on those first slides. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, so I just pulled it up. So we have a couple shows. So Detroit Autorama was our first one this year. Take the truck up. We have the Piston Power Show in Cleveland. It's the last one for the IX Center because I think they're turning that into like manufacturing or something. So we're taking the truck and the Winnebago, and that's the end of this month. Nice. We're doing Turn and Burn in May, and then we have the Bootleggers Bash in June, and that's basically just a party. It's a bunch of bands hanging out, car show stuff, just having a good time with your friends. We're doing the Meltdown Drags in July, so we're registered for that. So we got to go over to Illinois for that one. Then we're doing Rock and Race at Dragway 42. I'm not calling it Dorana, just not going to do it. In July, so that's also in July. Airfield Drags in August, 666 in September, and then just multiple races throughout the week. So it's like August, September. We don't have anything October. That's pretty much it. You know what I mean? So we got one decent thing for each month, and not all of us can do it because just like you said, we're limited in how much vacation we have, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm lucky. My job is pretty flexible. He literally says, my boss went through some stuff and watched his dad build the business, and then he watched him just fall apart when he retired. And he's like, you got to do stuff now. So Jim's pretty lucky. Jim is like, you have as much vacation as you want to take. I'll pay you for this many. If you want to take more, it's just unpaid. Yeah. He says, because you got to experience stuff. So that was one of my post SVT heart ablation surgery decisions, leave a job that I was at for 26 years and best decision I ever made, man.
Well, you hear a lot of people say, work now, save your money. When you retire, that's when you can go do this stuff and relax. And, and me and my wife even had this conversation. Like I have one kid. Well, I say one kid. He's 20. My oldest is out of the house. Has been for a few years. I've got a 16-year-old and a 9-year-old. And she's like, well, in 10 years, our daughter will be out of school. And I'm like, that's 10 years away. You know what I mean? Like there's so much stuff we could be doing now. And it's just, so, sometimes finances get hairy, or whatever. And I get it.
Yep.
But do what you can right now. And here's the biggest part for me is I don't use family money or bill money to play with my hot rod stuff. You know what I mean? I just don't do it. So,
Yep.
and I don't always get the things I want to get as quickly as I want to get them, but you got to make do.
Yeah.
It's a hobby to have fun with. You know, I'm not making any money, and I'm not letting anybody down if I don't show up to the track, and you know what I
Yep.
mean. So might as well do what we can now. Now in 10, 12 years, whenever we're, you know, kids are gone or whatever, then maybe, you know, we'll start.
I saw you look over your shoulder.
Yeah, there's a door, right? But
Yeah, I'm probably kind of the opposite. I mean, it was a significant emotional experience for me, and I'm like, I'm saving for what? You know what I mean? It's like, hey, yeah, reverse retirement, retire at 45, go back to work at 65. Sounds like
I got
a
a
great
year.
idea.
I got like a half a year and I can retire if that's the case.
Yeah. Yeah. So you've 44 then?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'm 54, and it's you start staring at how many years are ahead of you versus behind you. You're like, Jesus, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, come on over. But it's kind of that thing is, I mean, how many good years do I have? I'm 54. I mean, 10 years, I'll be 64. Can I still do this at 64? I hope.
Do I want to go drive? Well, and like I said, we do a lot of drag and drives, or try to. Am I going to want to do a drag and drive event whenever I'm 65 years old, when it's 115 degrees in Texas and we're driving through and there's no AC in the car? I don't think so, man.
Dude,
maybe, I don't know.
You know, my old man, I mean, he's the whole reason why we built this truck. You know, we went to Drag Week in 2019. It was me, Patrick, my dad, and Mike. And my dad rolled along with us in the back of that fair lane. You know what I mean? 4 of us in that fair lane doing our stuff, you know, and it was hard because, I mean, the first night we got to our hotel at 9 o'clock in the morning. My dad, it was 72 at the time, rolling right along. And after that trip, he had such a good time. We're like, the boys got together and said, hey, let's build a gasser for dad. He's never had a hot rod. You know what I mean? He always wanted one, you know, kind of lived vicariously through me a little bit, but we built him that truck, and he did his first race, dude, his first race at 76 years old. Went to Sick Week 2024 and rolled that truck. You know what I mean? Just rolled that truck to every checkpoint or whatever. You know, Mike and him shared driving duties and took turns racing, but I mean,
very cool.
Yeah. And then, you know, he did Drag Week in 2024, and he got sick at the end of Drag Week, and it caught up with him, and he had a heart attack last year. So it's like, he's like, I don't know that he'll ever be able to do one again, but you know, he got to do one. I hope I can do them at 74. I don't know. There you go. 58, build a new hot rod every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Here's the deal. If I'm still doing it at 74, I bet you my hot rod has AC.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah. It's hot. Yeah, it's hotter down your way than it is our way during the summer. That's for sure. That's for sure. You got to pick and choose your drag and drives when they're up. You need to do Michigan miles or something. You know what I mean? Come up to Michigan. Quit doing those Tulsa Raceway stuff. You know I mean?
Whenever Fro was my co-pilot for Rocky Mountain Race Week a few years ago, and when we left Tulsa Raceway Park and we're headed to Texas, it's the only time Fro said, "Hey man, you want me to drive?" Because the sun was on his side, just killing the windows out. I said, "No, I'm in the shade, dude. It's at least 4 degrees cooler where I'm at. You're crazy."
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. So Drag Week 2019, we were in Virginia. It was pretty warm, but for some reason, I don't know. I feel like these old cars, I don't know. It seems like they're easier to deal with in the heat. Of course, you know, all of our cars have the wing windows, you know, in the front of the door. Yours doesn't have that, right?
My wing vents.
There you go. But it's sucking in hot air from behind the car, probably. Yeah. So
we get moves air around. That's about it.
Yeah. So a convection oven, right? Convection oven. It's sending the heat around and around. Yeah, nice. See, Co-Pilot 75. We built him a 2005 Tahoe Turbo. See, that's cool, man.
That's it.
Yeah,
I think that's still awesome.
Yeah. So I'm kind of a friend of mine said you can always make more money. You can't make more time.
Yeah.
You know. And the funny thing is, it's the same guy, dude. He hoards money. You know what I mean? Oh, I can't wait till I retire. And like, Bob, when you ever retire? And he's like, probably never. You know, it's saving his money.
I've said it before. If we could buy time, we would all be in debt. You know what I mean? Way more debt.
I'd have like 17 credit cards maxed out
right.
instead of 16.
Doherty'd be dipping right now to get his card done.
Yeah.
All right. Fro, I don't know if Fro's trying to give me a signal, but I think he's telling me do we want to look at a couple of these slides before yeah,
sure.
All right. Well,